Hi guys, welcome to Wicked Movie Channel, and this is the top 7 best prison movies. Making a selection of films, we decided not to include such famous movies as American History X, The Green Mile, and The Shawshank Redemption. Also, there is a similar video about prison escape on our channel. Check the link in the descriptions below. So, let's begin. Cell 211. Juan Oliver gets a job as a security guard in prison. The day before taking up his position, he comes to his future job to meet his colleagues and find out about the internal rules and regulations, to be better prepared for work. However, at this time, a riot occurs in the prison. Prisoners seize the entire block, and by coincidence, Juan in cell 211. In order not to be killed, Juan impersonates a newly arrived prisoner, but at the same time becomes embroiled in the thick of things. The film keeps in suspense to very end and makes you worry not only for good but also for bad heroes. 7th place. Cell 211. Get the Gringo. Two masked clowns criminals who have stolen $4 million are fleeing the chasing by US police. They break into the territory of Mexico, where they are taken by local cops. One of the thieves dies, the second ends up in Mexican prison, where local criminals authority run the game. Prison laws reign there. You can carry weapons and use heroin. The movie was the debut of Adrian Grunberg, but the shooting process for the most part was apparently controlled by Mel Gibson, who is a screenwriter, producer, and leading actor here. The film is bloody, driving, and uncompromising, with a large portion of black humor. The atmosphere here is in a good way reckless and politically incorrect. A lot of violence, blood, explosions, gunfights. In general, all that is needed for a good old-school action movie. 6th place. Get the Gringo. Shot Caller. 10 years ago, stockbroker Jacob was involved in a car accident and went to a jail for drunk driving with a fatal outcome. He had a short term, but he had to serve a sentence with inveterate criminals, and Jacob quickly realized that he had to join a gang of white Nazis in order to survive. Strong and athletic, he began to take part in prison fights, received a new sentence, was serving in an even more severe prison, and by the time of his release he had become an authoritative gangster and a confidant of the big boss. The path to returning to ordinary life was completely closed for him, and after the release, Jacob continues his gangster excitements. A thought and uncompromising film about a noble man who was become a real criminal, paradoxically only after getting into jail. 5th place. Shot Caller. The Hurricane. After killing 3 people in a bar in New Jersey, professional boxer Rubin Carter was charged with this terrible crime and sentenced to a 3 life sentence in prison. This is a drama based on real events, and movie based on the book The 16th Rounds and the Lazarus and the Hurricane. The world was to see and hear this history about a man of steel who endured so much injustice in his entire life. The story of Rubin Carter, nicknamed the Hurricane, among professional boxers for fearlessness, incredible pressure on opponents, the will to win and hater to put into strikes. In a real life, he was as strong as this ring. 4th place. The Hurricane. A Prophet. A criminal gang saga tells us about the life of 19-year-old Arab Malik El-Jaban, who was imprisoned for 6 years for beating a police officer. Malik is an orphan, illiterate, unable to read and write, and who has no acquaintances and friends, either in prison or abroad. In theory, such person should simply be lost in prison, but not Malik. From prison, he will come out as a completely different person, adapting to the environment and carrying out one task after another from the local authority. Malik turns from a harmless guy into a real gangster. This is a strong crime drama with a great plot and exciting development. 3rd place. A Prophet. Felon. The main character is Wade Porter, who is an instant lost everything he had. Protecting his family, he accidentally killed a man and got 3 years in a maximum security prison. And while he is forced to survive in isolation, he has to face new orders of completely different society. as well as a misunderstanding on the part of his family, who in spite of everything is waiting for his return. The only thing Wade was lucky in this situation was with his cellmate, respected prisoner John Smith. He has a similar story but much more dramatic. He lost his family and in return executed 15 people involved in the murder of relatives. The strongest side of this movie is the script, and by the way, this tape came from the director and screenwriter Rick Roman Waugh, who is also responsible for the shot caller. If you like this movie, then be sure to watch another. Second place, Felon. 909 Experiment. 20 people for the money give their consent to participate in an experiment, during which they will be driven into prisoners and guards and placed in an impromptu prison for 14 days, and scientists will observe them through cameras. It seems simple, but already on the second day the situation is getting out of control. An experiment game becomes life. Overseas turned into tyranny sadist, and prisoners are victims. Some of them are striving for rebellion, others cannot stand their nerves. But the majority residentially want to wait for the end of experiment. The film shows the changes in people who a few hours ago were absolutely equal, and now the power is concentrated in their hands, and at the same time they feel their impunity. This is a strong movie that will not leave anyone indifferent. First place, 909 Experiment. Well, this is it. Thank you for watching, share your movie impressions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. See you, bye!